Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I'm so happy to be with you here today for my weekly simple stamping session. We are going to do a fun fall card with simple stamping. With a stamp set, we're going to use a stamp set from the new mini catalog. Hi, Melissa. That I had not inked up yet, and but it was one of the stamp sets that caught my eye right away. Hi, Jackie. If you're like me, there's certain things that catch your eye, and then when your box comes in and you start working and playing with things, you get a little bit, you kind of go off in one direction and you don't go in this direction. So I am really happy to be working with Welcoming Woods today. Hi, Beverly and Mary. Welcome, welcome. So the stamp set I'm going to use is called Welcoming Woods, and we are going to do simple stamping, and then we're going to see what happens if we can just step it up a little bit. But it's still going to be a super simple card. So let me go ahead and bring the camera down, and we are going to get busy. We have got stamping to do. This is also the very last day. Hide your eyes for just a moment. This is the last day of celebration. And so this is the very last day to be able to get anything from this book for free. This is if you happen to have a paper copy of this fabulous little brochure. And it's also the last day, the last day that you can get anything free out of here. This item has sold out. I know the reindeer paper this morning was on back order, but I think you can still get it. Hi, Simone, I'm glad you're here. And so yeah, these are free with $100 order, free with a $100 order. All these are free with a $50 order. And of course, it's the last day that you can join my team and get one of these bundles for free when you purchase the starter kit. Hey, Valerie, I am glad you are coming to us from British Columbia. I have several friends in Canada, so I will add you to my Canadian friends list. Okay, let's get to stamping. This is what we are using, Welcoming Woods. Now, I was originally thinking that I would do simple stamping with this today, and then we might do some stepped up things with fun inks on Tuesday for Teach Me Tuesday. But the other thing I was thinking about doing was showcasing the new pretty pillow box dies. So I'm open to voting whether you want me to do scenes with inks or whether you want to dig into the pretty pillow box dies. For today, we're going to do simple stamping. I've already got my stamps mounted, the ones that I'm going to use. I wanted to do a fall birthday card. This is the last day for the simple stamping challenge that Stampin' Up! Has, and the simple stamping challenge for September is stamps, ink, and paper with a birthday greeting or a birthday theme. So I'm going to look at the greetings on this. I think they're outstanding. Look at the pretty fonts. You've got just a really classic uppercase printing and really classic, gorgeous, gorgeous scripty font, cursive, and then you've got these great birch trees, tree trunks and limbs, and then you've got the leaves, which is what I'm going to use today, and you also have snowflakes. So lots of great opportunities here. Hey, Terry Lynn, I'm glad you're joining us today for simple stamping. Now, because we're doing fall cards, I reached for one of my favorite fall colors, which I will miss terribly when it goes away, is one of our in colors that was introduced last year. It's called Cinnamon Cider. It is a fantastic color for fall. I mean, cinnamon cider, to me, this does look like cider. It also makes me think of gingerbread. It's just a beautiful, beautiful color. So let's go ahead. I am doing top fold cards. So these are just half sheets of cardstock. Hey, Betty, I'm glad you're here. And Sherry, welcome. Thank you for sharing my video. That helps me so much. Oh, I've got more than one grid paper here. Okay, well, I only need one. And I don't know about you guys, but once I've messed up or like I've got glue here. So I just fold it in half and then I can just keep using that grid paper until I've totally, you know, botched it, and then I put it away or throw it away and get out a new one. So what we're going to do is we are going to start with our foam mat, because this is a photopolymer stamp set. Everything's clear. And I need that little extra mat to help me have a little bit of cushion under my stamps. Our cling rubber stamps already have that cushion built into them. Now I've got some very vanilla panels because I like the vanilla with the cinnamon cider. Again, just wanting to go with lots of warm colors here. So I thought that we would go with vanilla instead of basic white. Thank you for sharing, Simone. That helps me so much. Now, you'll notice, I don't know if you can see in the light here, that this stamp has like little texture marks on here, and that's going to bring me a really beautiful effect. I'm using crumb cake ink, and whenever I'm using a large stamp like this, I like to ink it up this way. Much, much easier. Oh, I just inked this. I re-inked my ink pad before I started today because I figured it might be getting a little dry. I might have a little too much of a good thing going here. Let's see. Now there is an up and down on these trees, so you want to make sure that your trees are going in the correct direction. Trees do grow upwards. And I am going to just really make sure that that's pressed in good. Now it might be a little dark because, oh no, it looks good. You see how it already gives you that kind of mottled look that you find on a tree trunk? And that is what is the texturing that is inherent in the stamp, and that's what that's going to give you. So if you have a crumb cake ink pad that's not brand newly re-inked, it would come out a little bit lighter than this, but that's okay. This would also look good if you did it in soft suede. You could do it in the cinnamon cider, but I thought it'd be a little bit dark for what I'm wanting to do. So there are my two pieces. Let me just go this way and I can just knock these out at the same time. This is also a great thing to do when you are stamping at home, is to always just make two, because why not? Then you have one to send right away and then one for your stash, as it were. Okay, I'm going to start with Cajun Craze. This is an excellent color to pair with cinnamon cider. And look at this fabulous little leaf stamp. I love it because the leaves are already falling. Isn't that nifty? Now I can also bring it up and do another set of the leaves without re-inking and get a slightly lighter shade of the Cajun Craze. And I think I'm going to do one more with the Cajun Craze, and then I'm going to bring in another color. So let's get my ink closed up. I don't do well with open ink pads. I end up with things that I didn't want having ink on them. So I try to keep those closed when I'm not using them. I have to really make sure that's good and clean. And now I am going to bring in, I could bring in pumpkin pie, which is kind of the obvious choice, but I really love this Mango Melody for fall projects. To me, it reminds me of butternut squash, which is a great fall color as well. So let's bring in a little bit of brightness because we don't want this to look muddy. See how that just brightens things up a little bit? My leaves are falling. I like this color a lot. And that's going to be it. So there's my leaves falling, my fall leaves coming off the trees, swirling around. And you can bring them up higher. You can do whatever you want with them. Maybe I'll do, you know what, before I close that up, let's do another little bit right up at the top. And then we have lots of kind of motion going on there with our falling leaves. Okay, now I think I'm going to bring that cinnamon cider ink back Okay, what we're going to do is we are going to mount these on a piece of Cajun Craze, which is the other ink color we have in there. And these are already looking very fallish. I love this time of year. Here in San Antonio, we've had just a little tease of fall weather. And then, yeah, it went back up to 90 degrees again. So not really something that I was looking forward to. But we're getting rain this week, and that's always a good thing. We always need rain. So we're going to have a rainy week. It's a good thing. We had a big thunderstorm a couple of nights ago. Roscoe spent most of the night under my nightstand. That's where he likes to hide from the storm because he's close to his mama, but he's safe from this storm. Oh, that would be pretty on Blackberry Bliss. That's a great idea, Melissa. I love that. So here we go. Nice fall colors again. So let's see. Our simple one, what I'm going to do is I have a little piece of, just had some offcuts. I fished in my scrap bin and I found some offcuts. I think this is what I'm going to use for my happy birthday. And I am going to do this on my crumb cake cardstock, and I'm going to use my Cajun Craze ink. Yeah, I do like the purples, Melissa. You're right about the Blackberry Bliss. The other purple I love this time of year in projects is I love using Rich Razzleberry. It's one of my favorite purples. And this is obviously too big, so I need to trim it down. And I think I'm just going to give it a little slice because honestly, this is kind of looking like I could use this. I have a lot of fall birthdays in my family, and some of those are the guys. This would actually make a great guy birthday card or a girl birthday card. I kind of like having that kind of versatility, because then when I go into my card stash, I can, what do we think? Is that going to work? What do we think? I think that's going to work. I think I might just bring it all the way over. Now, I think I might, because I'm going just stamps, ink, and paper on this one. Ooh, now look at there. I've got ink right there, and that's going to end up somewhere that I don't want it. So I could just, you know, do the 10-year-old candy and wipe it on my trousers, but I think I will be good and put it on the on my chamois. I think what I'm going to do before I mount this is I'm going to bring in Tone on Tone, my cinnamon cider ink, and let's just do a little bit of this right around the bottom. And we might even want to take it up. Let's see whether we want to add a little bit more, a little background stamping here. Let's see if we, oh, I like that. What do we think? What do we think? What are we thinking? Do we like this? Or does that need to be a different color? I wonder what would happen if I use a little Mango Melody. Bring in that bright orange. Let's see. Let's go into the scrap pile and see. I'm thinking this might be a little bit dark. So let's see if I put, that's a little bit light. Let's try a scrap of, is that going to be too much? Well, let's give it a try. You know, I'm a big fan of trying it and then seeing if it's something that you like. Hopefully this is big enough to fit my little birthday greeting. Yellow. Okay, a yellow might work. Because I think that the, even though I used, oh, that's a much better size. Even though I used this color in here, well, let's give it a try. let's give it a try. I don't know about you, but when I go shopping, I usually have like armfuls of clothes to try on because I look at it and go, well, I don't know, let's give it a try. And then lo and behold, I'll find one thing out of all the things that I'm trying, I'll find one thing that works. Okay, let's go back to cinnamon cider. Not cinnamon cider, this is Cajun Craze. Let's try Cajun Craze on here and see what we think. Whoopsie, I went downhill. Let's go back up here and get it straight. That looks better, and I think, honestly, I'm just going to give it a straight edge. Not even a slice or anything fancy. We're just going to give it a straight edge. Super simple. What do we think? Do we like that, or do we like it in Cajun Craze? So we have Cajun Craze, we have Mango Melody, and then we also have crumb cake. So I will wait to hear your choices. And then we're going to do a stepped up version. We're gonna bling this baby out and get it really, really snazzy because we can. And that's part of the fun of what we do. Mango Melody, okay. That's what I was kind of thinking too. It needs that little bit of brightness. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this mounted, and then we're going to see what we can come up with by way of doing a little bit of embellishment, shall we say. Now I'm going to go ahead and just put some dimensionals on here. One thing I did not bring over, and I will do it off camera, is whenever I have a darker cardstock like this, I like to do an inside panel. So I would do an inside panel of Very Vanilla, and that way it's really easy to write on. Okay, great minds thinking alike. Sherry, thank you. You are also of the Mango Melody mindset. So I think we have a hit here. It just kind of brightens it up, doesn't it? There we go. And then this is just going to go like so, because we are going to just have, I need a little mini. Do I have a mini? Yeah. What I like to do here is, this is already popped up. So I don't want this end to sag over here. So I'm going to put one little tiny mini dimensional there. And then put a little bit of adhesive right here. And then that is ready to go there. Now, don't you think that any guy, your son, husband, any guy would love to receive that card? I think it turned out really good. I love it. And I think one more thing I'm going to do before I go to our next card that we're going to step up is, I think that we are going to take this envelope and let's just add some of these falling leaves. And let's just have them falling from up here. Yeah, I think this stamp set is a real, just an outstanding stamp set for simple stamping, for beginner stampers, or those of us who just like to keep it simple. If you like that clean and simple style, this is perfect. This gives you a number of really good greetings. And I think this stamp set, I want to say it's $17. So very affordable. Look at there. So there is my simple stamping card. Now let's do simple stamping and we'll step it up a little bit. So the first thing I thought of to step it up, yeah, I love fall cards too, Jackie. It's because it's such a great season, not only in the excellent temperatures, but the images of fall are just so lovely. So my first thought with this was, let's bring in maybe a little bit of designer series paper. And I had a scrap of this. What do we think about that? This is the the collection. This is Tone on Tone. So this is the cinnamon cider. Definitely like the plaid. Plaid and fall, yes please. It's all the things we love about the fall. I grew up with a mom who sewed all my clothes, and oh my goodness, I had plaid jumpers. If you were a child, I say I'm a child of the 60s. I was born in the 50s, but I was growing up in the 60s. So I loved all of those wonderful, wonderful styles that we enjoyed in that era. Now, another thing we can do here is we can add a little bit of ribbon. But I don't know. This is a gold. This is a soft gold. I really like this gold ribbon because it's very soft. I think we will add the plaid for sure, and I'm not worried about it moving around on me. And then we can decide whether we want to add some ribbon. Now, when we add the ribbon, it's definitely going to feminize this card. It's going to become much more of a feminine look, which I think is a good thing. Hey, Marlene, I'm glad you're here with us. So if we do this, we would have a little bit of shine and a little bit of that softness. Now, the other option I have is we could go, this is that early espresso faux suede. Might be a little bit too dark. Definitely makes a statement, but I kind of like it. Definitely now, again, we're back on the more masculine theme. And let me just put this one underneath here too, so that we kind of see, we can make a comparison of which one we prefer. And then I had this that was already tied, but I don't think it's the right yellow. That's that Bumblebee plaid ribbon. So tell me what you think. Should we or should we not add a little bit of ribbon? And then I've got some, okay, Melissa likes the gold. Yeah, I think this is just not the right, I think it's too dark. I think that gold is really pretty. It gives just a little bit of light. A lot of times I like just a little bit of light. Sometimes I think I just want to bling things out, but it's not so much the blinging. I think it's the light. One of my favorite things about rhinestones is they bring light to whatever it is that you are stamping. So let's go ahead and bring this. We have a couple of votes for gold. So let's just go ahead, and I love when you're doing a top fold card to bring the gold or to bring the ribbon all the way around, and that way when you open the card, it has that luxurious look of the ribbon all the way on the inside. So let's just give a simple little square knot. I have some scissors here somewhere. Here we go. So we'll add just a little touch of gold. Whoopsie. And that is going to bring a little bit, just a little touch of elegance and a little touch of femininity to what we're doing here. So I like that. And I think in light of that, we will go ahead and put our focal piece, we'll go ahead and stick this down. Let me bring that over just a little bit more. Okay, let's go ahead and stick this down. One of the other things you could do with this that would be super fun would be to put some Wink of Stella on the leaves. That would be a nice little, yeah, the gold, you're right, Terry. It does make it look richer, doesn't it? Now, I didn't do any of the stamping on with the leaves at the bottom because I'm putting the designer paper on there. Now, what I could do is I could stamp a few of those leaves up at the top to make it look like it's coming down. Let's do that. I really like this little leaf stamp. It's fun to use. So let's just add a couple of these cinnamon cider falling leaves right up here at the top. And just give it that little bit of extra oomph. And then our falling leaves are falling from the top down to the bottom. I like it. I like it. Oh, Susie, you're here. I'm so glad you like these fall colors. I do too. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick this down, and then you're going to help me decide our last little embellishment. This is what I love about simple stamping, is you can do something that looks so cool, so pretty. You know, sometimes simplicity is just the essence of beauty. So let's pop that like so. And I hope you're falling in love with this Welcoming Woods stamp set, because you can also do some winter things. So I'm looking for votes on Tuesday for Teach Me Tuesday. I'm either going to do this with some like ink blending on here to make scenes, or I'm going to do the new dies with the Pretty Pillow Box dies. So I'm looking for some votes on which direction I should go. Okay, we will add our happy birthday, but in the meantime, I wanted you to look. These are the new brushed metallic dots. This is one of my favorites, you know. Here we go with the champagne rhinestones. And then I also have, these are maybe, if we wanted to add a little bit more color and not as, this is going to be bringing some definite shine. And this is going to bring some definite shine. If I wanted to add a little bit of color, I think this causes the ribbon to really stand out. I think these are Bumblebee and these are Cinnamon Cider, but they are also square. So I don't know if they go with the leaves. I'm going to wait and see what you have to tell me while I work on doing one more little greeting. We need another little happy birthday. So let me get my Cajun Craze. No dies. You like the other idea. You think that we should do this and do some ink blending and see what kind of scene. We could do a winter scene and we could do a fall scene. That would be fun. I will say, I'm a stamp girl. Stamps are my favorite thing. I do enjoy the dies, and one of the reasons I was thinking about doing the pillow box dies is I think they need a little bit of explanation. They need a little bit of demonstration. They're not as straightforward as you might think. There's some actually really cool dies within that set, but I think it's not as straightforward. Somehow I'm missing the bottom of this. Ink blended winter scene is what Susie is thinking. I was kind of thinking the same thing. So I think that's just the direction we're going to go. Well, I can't seem to get the bottom part of this stamp. Oh, I think that's why. It's because I wasn't going all the way on the cardstock. Okay, so let's go ahead and trim this down. Anybody have a suggestion on a vote on which of these blingy opportunities I should employ? I have just a few. Let me pull this off. I have a few of these champagne rhinestones there that might work very nicely. I think this, I like the scale of this. I think these are a little bit large. And I also think the gold might, it's not quite this gold, and then the copper is going to clash with the gold. Now, you're liking the metallics, Melissa. Oh, Marcia and Melissa are voting for the brushed. Okay. Then I'm going to put these aside and these aside, and we're going to go with the metallics. And we're going to mix our metallics. That's the modern way. You mix them. So let's bring in our little, whoopsie, happy birthday. Oh, there it is. There's my happy birthday greeting in Mango Melody to give a little bit of brightness here. I do like it. And let's go ahead and flip this over. See, for me, when I see all of this, it competes with it, and my eye can't figure out where to land. I'm a simple girl. I need a clean surface. Now, you would laugh if you saw my studio right now because, yeah, there's not many. My surfaces are actually clean. They're just rather cluttered with umpteen different projects. So, but, you know, I think you guys understand how that goes. I am having a free card class here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. in honor of World Card Making Day, which is officially Saturday. So at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be teaching a class on the Angels of Peace stamp set. I'm doing 4 cards with that one stamp set. It's gonna be a lot of fun. There's gonna be some opportunity for interaction. And I welcome you to come and hang out with me on Friday night. And if you have friends who want to come, again, it's free. You'll get all of I'm going to demonstrate 4 really pretty cards using Angels of Peace. It's a stamp set that I really, really love. And we are going to have a lot of fun with it. Okay, now I had my pick your tool right here. Okay. Valerie, you got to run. I appreciate your input, and I will share the video link later today. I'll get it uploaded. You know, I think we're going to use these these smaller ones. Well, maybe we'll do one big one and then a couple of small ones. Let's see if we can do, there's a reason they give us multiple sizes. Oh, there we go. Oh, let's see. And then let's do a little one down here. And what do we think? What do we think? I think we're there. I think we are there. We have simple and we have stepped up stamping. Let me pull this so that you can see it a little bit better. And I mean, in my mind, I'm thinking we have one for the guys and one for the girls. And I like them both. Get rid of all my trash here. Again, that kind of messes with your eye, I think. You know, when you go to an art gallery, they have if you look at the way they display, there's not a lot of accoutrements around. They want you to just see the art. Oh, Jackie, I'm glad you like these. Super fun. Super fun, quick and easy. I mean, we made 2 cards in about 30 minutes, and that was with taking, opinions and moving things around and not knowing exactly where we were going to go. But I think that Welcoming Woods has a lot to recommend it and should be in your cart. So if you already have an order going, I would recommend that you add this and use my host code. This is my last day for my September host code, and your last day to get Celebration free items. So if you don't have this yet, get it now, and that way you get your free items with it. And if you're already, your budget is maxed out for this month, we'll put it on your wish list for next month. And here is my cute little envelope that goes with it. I'm going to clean off my stamps so that I will be ready for my cuppa. I'm ready for my cup of tea. I was making my husband one before I came on camera today. We ended up having a late lunch because of just various things that got in the way of having lunch at our regular time. So I said, honey, I'm going to make you a cup, but I don't have time to drink one right now. Now, Iris, let's see. This would be a great hello or thank you. That is the great thing about the different sentiments. Exactly. That's one of the things I love about this stamp set is the sentiments are fantastic. So yeah, this little thing here, you could make hello friend. You can do just the thank you or thank you for your kindness. I love that you can just ink up part of it. Celebrate covers a lot of ground. Every season brings its own wonder. I mean, isn't that true for fall as well as for, our winter snowflakes? Here we have good luck on your new adventure. We have best wishes. Yeah. Thanks for this beautiful class. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Simone. And a birthday card for your brother. Exactly. Exactly, Susan. So don't forget, I'm here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and I don't want to be stamping by myself. So come on out, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. We are going to be stamping using the Angels of Peace stamp set. And we're going to do 2 cards for the holidays and very much Christmas cards, and then 2 that are friendship cards. And I think you're going to love the really rich color palette that I have chosen, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. So be sure to join me, spread the news, gather your friends. You know, you can watch and you can even stamp right along with me with another angel stamp set you might have, or with the Angels of Peace, or another stamp set, and use the layouts that I have. But you can enjoy this. You might have a friend on the West Coast and you live on the East Coast. You can come together and hang out with me online. Facebook Live here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Don't forget, because I don't want to be stamping by myself. Okay. I had some people that ordered a, a make and take packet. So I have some people that are going to be stamping exactly with me, and then others who will be just watching and getting inspired, and some people who will just crank out what they have at home and stamp right along with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. World Card Making Day is Saturday officially, but we're kind of celebrating all weekend because some people can do something on Friday, some on Saturday. I'm doing a live class here in San Antonio on Saturday, and I'm hosting that at my church, so we have lots of room for people to spread out. And that way people can be comfortable. If you want to have, we do it in the big kind of fellowship area, and then I have a classroom space as well. So if you want to sit with your friends, you can sit with your friends. If you want to sit by yourself or be kind of away from people, you can. And that is, I appreciate my church allowing me the use of this space, because it really does make a difference for this kind of, I think we've got about 25 people that are coming, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope that you get to do some stamping this weekend, and be sure again to join me tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. I'll put some reminders up here, and don't forget as well, this is the last day for Celebration. No more Celebration goodies until next year, when there will be another Celebration promotion. But you know, getting something free with every $50 you spend, yeah, we get a little bit spoiled. So today is the last day. Don't forget. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your support. I'll see you tomorrow night. Take care, and God bless.